Hello and welcome back to this edition of Daily Actives brought to you by Bootleg Macro. I'm Dustin and we are looking at Tesla. What is down almost 10% today. Looks like it's down 9.20%. The market is not closed. It will close in about another 12 minutes or so. So this could accelerate to the downside, but I need to make this video because I got things to do today, baby. So when we look at the price, one of the things I want to call out is how you see that the green background has returned. And the green background means that Tesla is now back within its standard distribution of its 23-day average, which means it is a normal range of where it should be over the recent price action. Now, the thing that I'd love to see here is that we've been making recent all-time highs, not all-time, but at least 9-month highs in Tesla. Just a couple of days ago, we were up at $293 on the close. And when you see the red lettering with the white background, that means it's 3 standard deviations above the mean. This price at 264 for Tesla, this is an exciting price. And the reason I say that is because, yes, we are down on the 1 day, and yes, we are down on the 5 day. We are still positive on the 15 day, and we're still positive on the 1 month. I think that the 1 month price, which we need to keep above, which is going to be 264 tomorrow. And because we're at 264 today, I think that tomorrow is going to be a day where we're going to keep above that 264 because the momentum of the algorithms wants to keep that 1 month price momentum positive because that's what it pays attention to. So I'm very bullish on what I see here in Tesla. And I think this is a great place to start loading up, in my opinion. Now, I'm probably not going to take any positions because it isn't the type of stock that I like to play, but I like to pay attention to it because it is one of the bellwethers of the overall market right now. Now, we look at the overall signals of Tesla. We still have a go long in the short term, intermediate term, and longer term. We'll see what that looks like tomorrow. And even when it comes to the trend, we're still bullish on the short term, intermediate term, and longer term, which is fantastic. One of the things that I'd love to see as well is that we just have flipped from a falling bear to a rising bull. If you look at this indicator down here, this graph, one of the things I call out, if you watch my video from yesterday, is that Tesla's actually getting close to that 50% level, where it's essentially in a mean reversion area. And what I mean in that sense is that generally the market wants to stay kind of balanced. It wants its yin and yang, black and white, night and day, whatever that means. When we're looking at where Tesla is right now, when Tesla gets below its 15-day moving average of its bullish sentiment, like it did here in May, that is the beginning of an opportunity. Now, you can see a little bit of time where it kind of squanders or at least spends a bunch of time kind of like jumping back and forth between bullish and bearish, and they can do it for a few months. But the type of moves you see in Tesla are something that are absolutely remarkable. When we look at the overall chart, yes, this is an ugly candle. This is a gap down, and that is a really ugly feeling, especially if you're thinking about that you're maybe long, especially from like 270 or something. But when you think about the longer term, when you saw the exact same thing happen here back in March and then into April, you saw this gap down. Was that a time to freak out and panic, or was that a time to buy? When you saw some gaps down here in January, was that a time to freak out and panic? Was that a time to buy? I look at Tesla and I say, I still think that 315 is very much in the cards. I think that 1 trillion market cap is very much back in the cards because not only do I believe in Elon, the market believes in Elon. The people who love Elon believe in Elon. I mean, when we look at the daily sentiment, what I'm most astounded by is the fact that, again, we're back at 52% while this thing essentially, and this is a bullish sentiment, while Tesla is still making essentially 9-month highs as of yesterday. So this thing is essentially resetting up. And when we start to see that the bullish percent is getting close back to breaking up above the 15-day moving average, like it did here on the 11th of May, like it did here at the very beginning, the middle of January, that was a great setup. Now, one of the things that may be a little concerning, and I can be honest about this, is that when I look at the volume definitely exploded today to the upside. And the volume exploding to the upside, specifically in Tesla, while it has a down day, is not a positive move. But if we look at the close, which I can tell right now is already starting to gain some of that momentum back towards the bullish side, we were down over 9.2% just a few moments ago, and now we're down less than 9%. That's great to see on a stock that's especially this high. We look at the volatility. The volatility looks like it's rising, which is lovely to see. It looks like the correlation is probably going to start rising as well. It's probably going to bottom, and then we're just going to start kind of rolling to the top here. It looks like the bottom of the range is at 235. The top of the range is at 305. I just like what I see because, again, we are back in the middle of the range. When I showed you earlier that it has a green background with black lettering, that means that it's back in the middle of the range. Now, if we look at the weekly, yes, you could say that Tesla is very overbought relative to where it's been, especially on the weekly. But this is what it looks like when a trend has to change. When a trend is changing, things get very out of sorts. So we could see a little bit of sideways action for like a month or two, maybe 3 months. But Tesla, in my opinion, unless you're breaking back down below 250 or 200, this is nothing to be concerned about. This is probably a great place to start adding if you're long. I mean, I love what I'm seeing. When you look at the ultra fast sentiment, look at this. This thing is at 53% on the ultra fast sentiment. Again, this indication of when the green lines break above the 15-day moving average, there's nothing better when you're looking back at Tesla's purchases. But tell me what you think in the comments below. Are you long? Are you short? Do you like it? Do you love it? Is this even a good review? And before you go, subscribe to the New High newsletter. It comes out Sundays at 9 a.m. with 25 plus stocks breaking out every week. Just go to bootlegmacro.beehive.com/subscribe. I'll talk to you soon.